In a disease called phenylketonuria, something weird happens. Normally, our bodies can naturally produce tyrosine from phenylalanine. But in this disease, this amino acid tyrosine cannot be produced from phenylalanine. We have to give tyrosine externally. So, when the assumption that our bodies can naturally produce tyrosine breaks, the entire nutritional strategy flips. Most men do not know that when they look at their dating life, they are operating under a false assumption. They assume that cold approaching a lot of women, improving their social skills, upgrading their looks, money, status is going to help them attract the right kind of women in their lives. However, you have to understand that you are just conditioned to view reality this way. The truth is, your thoughts, your emotions, your self concept is attracting the girls in your life. So, if you cannot get the right kind of girl into your life, you have no one to blame except your thoughts, your emotions, and your identity at a core level. During COVID lockdown, I honestly hit the lowest point of my life. I was struggling with anxiety, panic attacks, depression, and there were days where I genuinely did not want to exist anymore. I felt like I was stuck in my own mind, and I felt so hopeless because I genuinely felt like my genetics and the past choices, past experiences had already predetermined my entire life. But by complete accident, I found this book called Biology of Belief. And there was an interesting idea in that book. He argued that our emotional state is always upregulating or downregulating our genes. That means our biology is very dependent on our thoughts and our emotions. And this idea was not just interesting, this idea actually explained my whole life. Because when I look back, it was so obvious because whenever I was drowning with emotions of negativity or guilt, everything in my life started to go to shit. Suddenly, people started treating me bad, relationships started to become dramatic, and life just felt like one problem after another. And when I used to feel confident, happy, hopeful, people used to treat me better. Life just used to become so much easier when I had good emotions within me. So this was not random. This was not just luck. It was like everything that was going on inside of me actually showed up in my external circumstances. When I noticed this pattern, I stopped trying to force my external circumstances in order to find fulfillment in my life. I stopped grinding socially. I stopped going out and trying to cold approach women. I stopped trying to upgrade my social skills in order to attract the right kind of girl. I simply started to focus on what was going on inside of my own mind. What were my thought patterns? What were my emotional patterns? And when I started to work on that, I got out of this dark place, this anxiety and panic attacks. And this is why I talk about meditation in my videos, because I do not want you guys to waste years and years of your life wasting on cold approaching women and upgrading social skills while the real attraction actually begins from the inside. If you simply learn the secret of your imagination, your emotions, and your attention, you can attract the right kind of girl into your life. I honestly believe that there are three levels of men in our society. The first level is the uninitiated NPC. This guy has not been initiated into proper spirituality. He still believes that he needs looks, money, games, status, social skills, connections in order to get the right kind of girl in his life. And the sad part is, most men do not ever ascend from this level one. However, if they are lucky and if life suddenly decides to initiate them, the second level of men are what I call the awakening creator. Now, these people know that their thoughts, their emotions, Their imagination is controlling their physical reality. They can meditate properly. They can feel the elevated emotion of joy, gratitude, victory in their meditation. But when they come out of their meditation, they again search for external validation. They cannot maintain this modified state of mind throughout their day. They still come out of their meditation and immediately go on checking their phone and start wondering why this girl has not texted them back. The third level, and this is the level that you should aspire towards, is what I like to call the master alchemist. This guy knows that imagination creates his personal reality. He can completely dwell in his imagination. He can make his imagination very vivid by providing all the sensory tones of reality. He can go into a relaxed yoga nidra, open his subconscious mind, visualize that girls are already with him, visualize that the girl that he desires is already in his arm. This girl is looking at him with big dilated pupils because she is so attracted to him. He can feel the elevated emotion of joy, gratitude, victory, satisfaction because he can actually believe the reality of this imaginal act. And the best part is when he opens his eyes, he completely lets go of the outcome. He is no he's not desperate for this visualization to actually materialize. He simply lets the external world reshuffle itself until whatever he has imagined actually happens in his life. He doesn't force anything. He simply lets the world happen. So instead of operating under this false assumption that social skills or looks or money are required in order to attract the right kind of girl, I want you to experience this meditation where you can visualize wonderful things happening to you. And you can embrace this visualization with positive, elevated emotion of joy, gratitude, victory, satisfaction, and thrill. When you can combine this imagination with elevated emotion, then your subconscious mind starts to interact with every physical atom of your reality until the things that you want actually starts to get drawn towards you. You will naturally start to exhibit the right kinds of behaviors, the right kind of words will flow out of your mouth, you will make the right kind of approaches, and believe it or not, the girls that you desire will start to notice you more. They will start to come towards you and express their desire to be with you. Now, if you want to experience what it is like to be a master alchemist, I have created a 6-minute guided practice where you're going to learn Yoga Nidra, how to visualize properly, and how to feel the elevated emotion of joy, gratitude, success out of your visualization act. And not only that, you're also going to learn what are the things that you need to do before you start the meditation practice, because that is important. And not only that, you're also going to get how to come out of meditation properly. Because as soon as you come out of your meditation, if you're still desperate, then that cancel out all the things that you have just did in your meditation. If you want this 6-minute guided practice, just text me in the Gmail that I provide in the description box and the pinned comment section down below. The access is just $100. And for a few people who are serious about leveling their life in the fastest rate possible, I offer one-to-one personalized premium coaching. Now, these people are already successful. They have already made some kind of money, but they are frustrated because they cannot get the right kind of girl effortlessly in their life. They are frustrated because they have already tried all the superficial advice that the society gives to men. They have tried cold approaching, they have tried upgrading their social skills, but they know deep inside that real attraction begins from the inside. So if you're someone who really wants to work with your subconscious mind, your imagination, your attention, your identity at a core level, so that you can attract the right kind of girl into your life effortlessly, this coaching is for you. Just send me a text in the email or the WhatsApp that I provide in the description and the pinned comment section down below.